Hello, everyone. Sorry for the background noise you will be hearing. Now, I don't know any of these pictures. I don't know. And I do believe these are Japanese pictures that a Japanese person did make. So, good job on them. And this will be, what if Deku was a samurai? Now, obviously, I know this is Tanjiro from the Demon Slayer series. Now, he is actually going to get the water, I believe it's called water form. Or I should actually say he's actually quirkless. Nope, he's not getting any water form. He's going to be quirkless. Sorry if I made everyone get hyped. I'm very sorry about that, but he will be quirkless. And he will be accompanied by a friend, you could say. Now, Deku is a well-known vigilante in different cities and different parts of Japan. And but he doesn't, come from Japan. He comes from China, a different part of the whole continent of Japan, different part of Japan. Or there's two sections of Japan and China. He came from China, but moved with his mother to Japan because of some whole fiasco with his father back in Japan. Now, so Deku would be growing up, but sadly his mother would die, so I'm very sorry, Inko. Inko would have died from a disease. I would just say it's cancer. Or a cancer that was in her brain. Cancer in her brain and led to her death. They couldn't do anything, but she did hold out for a very long time, for at least several years. Now, Deku would have been set alone and, brought to the orphanage. Why? Well, his father wasn't reliable. Yes, he might make tons of money, and, they almost gave the kid to him because he was bribing them, but they realized his past of being a gangster, you could say. Or not what you could say being with the most respected people in the law. So, yeah. And which is why they didn't allow it. So Deku would have grown up in an orphanage. Him being quirkless, which led to him, obviously not getting picked for orphanage. Him eventually going on the streets, which then his father, already realizing that seeing it's quirkless, and he would be, I'd say, 8 around that time. And call it UA is a college, so 22 would be when they do go. Now, Deku would have been picked up by his dad to no one's noticing. Him asking who is the man. Man saying shut up and saying I'll explain everything when we get home or when we get to my house. The father explained that your mother took you away from me and lied on several parts. Deku, being in the orphanage since he was, I'd say, 4, does say something that's not true, and the father yelling at him saying it's true, and your mother's a bitch and a liar. She cheated on me, and also not true. So Deku and his father would have been, on odds most of the time. No. Deku would have still grown up and gone to a school. Him, meeting Bakugo and getting bullied. But, I'd say but when he was going to high school for his first year, because Bakugo kind of went to his own, or Deku kind of went to Bakugo's school accidentally, but why? Because it's actually a very good school. Bakugo would have kept bullying Deku for at least half of the first year. Now, I do believe there's 4 years in Japanese high school, so yeah. Sorry I think there's 3 years. Whatever. Okay, so Deku would have obviously the first half year gotten bullied, and Though next year he did ask his father to teach him martial arts. His father saying no, he's not going to do anything for you, bastard son. Deku, still being able to have an allowance, pays for his own lessons. You could say, man teaching him how to, do different fighting styles and teaching him also how to use a sword. Which sword? A samurai sword. Now, Deku would have trained with a wooden sword for at least when he's, until the 3rd year. His final year I'll just say it's a random high school. So he would have been, I'd say, 16. But he still has a little bit until he goes to, well, UA, the college. Now, Deku would have obviously graduated, but on this graduation day, his father would have not been there. Deku rarely not caring about his father because, yeah, he doesn't really care. His father was a douchebag and lied to him all his life about his mother and father, or to his mother. About his mother, which Deku was smarter than that, because whenever Deku brought up his father, Inko said explicitly not to trust his father and saying he's a liar and a cheater and, well, several other, well, bad things. And yeah, so Deku was pretty smart on ignoring his, or at least not believing his father most of the time. Unless it was one of those simple things, I don't know, like a regular day thing. Like, hey dad, did you do this? Him saying, yes, I did it. So yeah. So yeah, other than that, yeah, don't trust him. Now, Deku would have done that and, yeah, not trust his father. But, as I explained, he got a, you could say, gift from his master. His master saying it's his final gift, saying that he's going to graduate, and this is his graduating gift. Him getting this sword. Oops. Him getting this sword and getting also a sheath. Though Deku would have looked at the sword and be, you could say, entranced by it. Deku, yes, has wielded wooden swords, but holding a real, well, metal sword was very unique. Him, well, hiding it from his father because he didn't know that Deku was taking martial art lessons. For all as his father knows, Deku's a weak son. So yeah. But Deku still having his green hair, but having a birthmark over his right eye. I think that's the right side. But obviously still keeping his emerald eyes. Does still prefer the color green, but with some black. Getting Tanjiro's green and black design, or the whole chess piece design, or the chessboard design, which would lead to him more or less looking like going off doing vigilante work. Now, the whole sensei does not know about this because, well, Deku stopped paying him, seeing he was done all his lessons, and yeah. Now, Deku would have, well, you would all think he's quirkless, yes, but he has, well, stolen tech from certain people over the years. Now, who are these people? His father's company. His father is a big tech company that does sell a lot of things. Yes, on every birthday, he does get something from his father, whether it be big or small. One time, he even got a bike from him. Now, that will be shown in this series. And yeah. But different things also. Also, yes, he's always going to be the most drip person in the entire world. You know, you always have to make your, well, series drip. Or your main character is the most drippest. Drippiest? Dopest. Yeah, dope. And yeah. So Deku would have been on vigilante work, looking like this. Now, yes, his physical body is quite strong, but he's very lean and muscular. Now, he would have not gotten found by out, at least not yet until several years later, but we're not at that point yet. Deku would have, well, obviously have stolen tech, but what did he use on it? Him actually making a enhancement. Oops. This. Now, by the looks of this, you must already guess, this is a physical enhancing thing, or a physical enhancement. So, in short, it enhances the whole body. You could not, if you were to add, well, how should I say? It boosts your strength and your physical aspect of your body. Yes, you can still get tired from it because it doesn't enhance your speed, but it also, well, supports your spine and strengthens that up. Now, this is a full suit. Do I have a picture of this full suit? No, I don't. I'm sorry that I don't have a full suit. But this is a full suit across his entire body, which is then, well, underneath his clothes. So no one sees it. Now, this is a set fit for him, so it doesn't look like in the pictures. Just kind of died down for his own set. Now, over this, I'd say when he is, because he finished high school around 16, and he was a vigilante for 1 year, so he would be 17. Him, well, hearing several, villains screaming out in pain, saying, "You bitch! Damn you, you bitch!" And which would lead him to his future girlfriend. Yes, I'm being blunt about this, just saying future girlfriend. Now, a female with a bow and arrow in her hand. Also, this is his bike, I should say. And he does ride this around quite a bit. Now, this female, now, I do not own this picture, and if this character doesn't have a name, I will be renaming her. Her name would be, what should I name her? I don't want to use a name I've already used in different series. You know what? I got one. Also, Roster Teeth, don't sue me. Or any such form, I don't own that name. Blake, her name's Blake. Blake Tempest. Now, no, she's not a vampire. Because Tempest is Dracula's, last name. She's not she's not a vampire, I'm just saying that now. It's just a cool her last name that her father does have. But who knows? He might be the, great grandson of the whole Dracula family. But yeah, that family line has died out, so no Dracula vampires or anything. And yeah, or at least not to anyone's knowing. So yeah. But Layla, or not Layla, Blake knows better with a vampire, and vampires exist. But no one knew that vampires existed. It's just the family of Tempest, tasked to protect the family. Now Zuko has not killed, and she sees a female raising a bow towards someone's head, and with that person having, as well as the other 5 people that were there, having, you can tell, vampire fangs. Him remarking, saying, what is it, the vampire season? Now you must be asking yourself, why isn't Deku being, the whole heroic? Yeah, he wants to be a hero, yes, but, he's not like, if someone deserves to die, dead. But if he can be redeemed, he doesn't, he'll help him out. Though if it's really for the, people that can't be redeemed, sorry. Now, Blake would have noticed Deku in the corner saying, come out. Deku would be coming out, and, raising his samurai sword, saying, who is she? Herda saying, huh. The green samurai. Nice to meet you. Proceeds to shoot the vampire in the head. Him saying, why'd you do that? Her saying, he's a vampire. Him saying, wait, vampires exist? Her saying, yes, and, please do leave. This is none of your business. Deku just says that, from the looks of it, and then they hear a whoop, 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 or woo, woo, woo. She looking at Deku saying, crap. And does try to pin him, saying, if you'd let the police here. Him saying, no, and come on. Deku leading towards his bike, with Blake obviously getting on, and, Deku, with a roaring of a motorcycle engine, scurries off. The police just finding arrows, starting to dissipate. Kind of like how you have Emiya shoot a arrow, or a arrow, but then, obviously, disappear, leaving no trace of her. No, but one of the heroes did see that, or one of the heroes that were nearby did see the whole fight go down. But seeing he was greedy for money and just wanting to wait for the whole scenario to go off, he just let everyone die. Though he kept quiet about that part. And then when he did, he just said that, he just came into the area and did not see anything. And obviously the stupid police believed him. So, yeah. But he did see the arrows dissipate. But he only saw a female figure, but he doesn't know the whole, what should she look like. And but then also seeing a male, and but also not hearing about the old motorcycle. Now, they would be riding, and, a pointy object does go to Deku's back, saying, where is he taking her? Or where is he taking her? Him staying a location where it's a alleyway that in between the slums and the whole, city. Her saying, okay. loosening or taking away, or I should say, dissipating the arrow in his hand, or in Deku's body that was pointing to Deku's side, or like in between where you have your body and then you have that like corner part of your body, kind of like the arrow was poking. Him trying to start a conversation up. Blake being quiet and yeah. Now we would skip to Blake's perspective a little while ago. Now Blake would have obviously, gotten up that day and trained with her bow and arrow. I shouldn't say obviously, you don't even know who Blake is yet. Yeah, but we also know it's his future girlfriend. Whatever. But she would train with her bow and arrow and, go to a certain school. Now, Blake would have looked different. Why? Or look different at school, but this is what she actually looks like without all her, you could say, gear on. Now, this will be text stolen from Marvel Universe, but I really don't care. And, Deku does familiarize the voice, him saying, "So, is it the same Blake I know from school?" Her just saying, "Wait, how did you?" Him saying, "It was pretty easy." And Deku is pretty smart in this. Also, I should say, after all that, Blake did more or less go out and wait for nightfall, and, we know the story. She found vampires, killing them. Then meeting Deku. Her just racing and saying stop when they do get there. Her getting off, and yeah. Deku just says, why is she doing this? Her explaining how the vampires are weakening and it's time to kill them. Deku saying, so you want to protect the world, but wouldn't you just what if you get captured? Her saying she'd rather kill herself than, be captured. With a, figure wearing black clothing and a gray scarf watching over them. Him being thoroughly intrigued, and you already know who this is. Shoto Aizawa, aka Aizawa Sensei, and he is watching those two have their little conversation, hearing all of it, obviously, because Aizawa does have the whole, badass hearing, but he could also just be right beside them and they wouldn't know, because he's very, very damn quiet. But either way, he's still listening to them, and he does hear the whole conversation of them. Now let me explain what they're talking about. Deku was saying, so what are you going to do now? Move schools? Her sighing, saying, probably, but unless you tell my secret. Deku was saying no, and how did she, this is what she actually looks like. Her saying yes, and, she does have the whole look like this at the moment. Though she does have, you could say, she does put on a blonde wig, red contacts. I know, I just realized I'm making her look like female Coxie Bakugo. Blue contacts, but with, sling down, blonde hair. And, yeah. And wearing one of those Marvel face masks. What do you mean face mask? Well, in Marvel, in the whole, I'd say, Winter Soldier, Natasha had a, thing that covered her face that, made it look like she was looking like someone else, showing different facial features. And yeah, which is what she had. Him saying pretty cool. Her saying thanks and him asking if she needs a ride home. Her saying it's fine and does wish him a good night. Deku obviously after that, she does leave and Deku going towards his bike. Now, him not realizing Shoto was at his bike and did leave a little, stall for him. What do you mean by that? Well, it kind of, Deku needs to fix something in his bike or reattach something. Deku trying to start it up, realizing the, piece is disconnected. Him realizing that someone's there and pulls his sword out. Shota is saying that, impressive, you knew where I was. And Deku was facing right towards Shoto, or Aizawa, I should say. Him saying, yeah, what do you want? Him saying what is with her? Them pointing towards a young female across the faraway street. That can't look, or it's not looking back because, she can't hear any of this conversation. Him saying that it's none of his business and, this is not concerning you. Him saying, oh, really? what I heard concerns me quite a bit. Vampires, really? That's your best thing? Chica told you. You're a moron. Deku saying, did you not look at the bodies before? And I'm saying, what bodies? And pointing out to the bodies to Owley Sound where a lot of police officers are. And him asking, no, why? Deku saying that, well, they literally look like vampires. I'm saying, what do you mean? Him, raising his teeth, saying they had vampire teeth and, well, looked like they had all red eyes, slit. For some of them, but other eyes were just, well, red eyes. Like Coxie's Bakugo's. But with black hair. With Aizawa thinking in his head, just saying, oh, this is going to be problematic. And does proceed to say, so do you want to go in quietly, or Deku proceeding to say sorry and runs toward, gets on his bike and starting it up, because it was actually previously started up. Because without Aizawa knowing, he started it up. Now, how the hell would you start up a bike without, well, realizing the character to start it up? Deku, going on the bike, does start it quickly. He made a feature in it that can automatically start the bike up. Yes, it's not good for the engine, but it is good for the whole getaway. Aizawa trying to, use his scarf, aka his capture weapon, though failing to do so, because when he got hold of the tires, he kinda went flying. Because when you touch a tire, it literally wraps it around its tire. Kind of like a yo-yo would go around its, the little, rope. Aizawa, realizing he doesn't want to be thrown to the ground, cuts his scarf and, it's being disabled, him just throwing it away and sighs. Now, obviously, the whole scarf would have eventually gotten off of Deku's bike when he did, go off on the road. Just leaving some scarf behind with Shoto obviously picking it up because that's technically. Yeah. Now Deku would have thought to himself and thinking of what might happen and if the the vampires do come out. Now, honestly, I do know it's demons and, Demon Slayer, but my plot, it's plot twist, So yeah, plus this is MHA and I'm making Deku a samurai. So, yes. Now, obviously, Deku would have gone to school the next, or would have, met up with the whole Blake. Them having a whole conversation of, Deku wants to help her take down demons. Her saying if he can stomach killing. Him saying, are they monsters? Her proceeding to say yes, then him saying they aren't people. They're monsters, and they only care about, blood. Her saying, yep, they're basically how the stories would tell. Blood-sucking demons, you could say. And Deku saying, alright, then I won't hold any, guilt or anything like that. Her saying, okay, now I should explain her quirk fully. She can make a, bow, and it does look like this, with unlimited arrows. Now, these arrows differ to, having flame arrows, ice arrows, and, or no, I'll just say those two. Now, how would the fire arrow work? Well, it works like a medieval fire arrow. What do I mean by that? Well, in the medieval time, they would have arrows with a, something that can be flammable around their arrows and would be set on fire or put in oil and then set on fire. And then, ice arrows are more or less, they can freeze a part of your skin. So it's pretty cold. And even if they do graze you, it does leave a slight cold feature on it. Kind of like Shoto without the whole ice going over his body. So, yeah. Now, obviously, she would have... do I have another picture? No. Okay, this is... So, yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have gone back home very quietly without his father noticing. Because his father doesn't really care what Deku does at night. So, yeah. Now, for the preceding other... Which Spartan is he? Okay, if you are watching this for my 300 special, which should be coming out a little late tonight, he has a Spartan 2, while Layla, or Natasha, is a Spartan 3, to whoever just commented that. So, yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have, gone home, like I just said, and go throughout the day meeting Layla, and yeah. Now, over the years, he would have killed, well, several teams with her, with him getting the name, well, the Red Light. Now, I do understand that is a power from a different universe called Red Light, but But why would he name you the Red Light? Well, his eyes. His red eye. You know what? I'll just say his red eyes with green hair. Screw it. With his red eyes and, well, the light coming off from his sword, kind of like a white shing. Like a white. Well, basically white. With it glowing sometimes even. With the light of a street light. A lot of lights. Yeah, a lot of lights. So, yeah. Giving him the name Red Light. Well, Blake is known for her, well, pinpoint actually, her name is being Deadshot. Now, before y'all comment, I know that's Deadshot, or I know that's, well, her codename's Deadshot, but sorry, Deadshot from DC, I think, no, yeah, from DC, sorry, not sorry, I just think it's a cool name. Now, well, they would have gotten the names with them, even I should say Blake, meeting, well, Aizawa even sometimes, and Aizawa trying to get them on his side. Now, why wouldn't he be, well, arresting them? Well, the heroes know that there's vampires, and they are, obviously, having a secret task force take care of it. But with them knowing the Tempest is a secret organization, even more secretive than them, actually more order-themed, that kill, well, vampires. So, yeah. Now, a little cue of what vampires. The vampires are weak to silver base, so which is lovely because she can make several arrows. The silver tipped arrows, which yeah. And fire with them being impervious to any other element, but yes. But obviously still needing blood, which is the whole bare minimum of powers and weaknesses of, well, a vampire. Now we would skip to them being in 21 to almost about 20. So almost 1 year before the whole USJ, or the whole the not US, the whole, I can't, now I just think of US. UA's entrance exam. So at least 1 year and a little bit, or maybe just less than a year. Now they would be trained together with Deku leaving because, well, he skedaddled out of his, well, father's place whenever he could. And Layla, or I should say Blake, because I'm getting mixed up with other ones. Sorry. Blake would have understood it because Deku and her have talked even in school the whole time before this. And yeah, they have grown to somewhat like each other. And yeah, while Deku is the more close-up fighter, Layla likes it being in, well, even if she is close range, she can use that bow to the full extent. So yeah. But anyways. So yeah. Now she obviously would also be skilled with the bow and arrow, which is really not a question at all. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself. So yeah, obviously now they obviously liking each other, but not showing their feelings. Now, with them, sorry for the background noises, obviously them continuously killing, well, the whole, you could say, the whole vampires, and them doing a badass job about it. Even Aizawa also does kill vampires here and there whenever it does see them. So, yeah. But then it's quickly covered up by the whole organization that does deal with vampires. Now, this is not the Demon Slayer, this is just a government official group that was tasked by the government to kill vampires and made it hush-hush. To be simple. Though, yeah. Though, well, Deku does get an invitation by some random person. And, well, he does tell this to, well, Blake. Her thinking it's a trap and says don't go. Him saying, what do you mean? Her saying one time the organization tried to capture her and interrogate her to join. It didn't work. I escaped and, well, you know where I am now. Him saying, oh, alright. And proceeds to having a fireplace right beside him, throw it in. and wait for a fireplace to go that night, and it would go kapoof. Yeah. Now, Deku would have not replied, so the, organization would have been pissed and thinking that, he doesn't want to join and wants to be some sort of villain or vigilante. Though Nezu is a part of that organization, why? Well, Nezu's the most smart-ass person in the world. Or at least in Japan. So, yeah. He's no slouch. Now, him thinking they want to be heroes, and yeah, they both do. It's just they're trying to kill as many vampires as they can. Because, the Tempest have a tradition. From the youngest age where you can kill a vampire, you have to kill it until you become a hero. Or, unless you want, but if you don't want to be a hero, you can easily kill vampires throughout your life. That's up to you. Though Blake does want to be a, hero, so all the way until UA. Now, Deku would have, over the, passing years, not, forgotten about Bakugo, but Bakugo is, getting more arrogant, with his mom being more pissed off. Yeah. But, whatever. Now, Bakugo would obviously be trending in those years, so he's more powerful. Why? Well, he goes to a practicing quirk area, or a quirk gym. Now, what is a quirk gym? You know how regular gyms you would practice your physical strength and use weights, stuff like that. Well, that's basically that, but for quirks. It having different uses for quirks. So if you have a telekinesis quirk, and your quirk resides on lifting things, or making things, kind of like Momo's, you will be able to do that, and having a majority better. And these whole areas do help you make a hero costume, though it does cost a pretty penny. So, yeah, so it's better just to make your own. Or it's better for you to get UA to build it. Now, obviously, Deku would have, finally confessed his feelings towards Blake. Blake also feeling the same way and them going out on a date. And, Bakugo being on a certain restaurant with a certain brown-haired girl. Now, this brown-haired girl is obviously Ochako. Now, she won't be, Bakugo, but she does love Bakugo, and Bakugo does love her. And it's a meaningful relationship. Nothing like them both being arrogant piece of shits. No, Bakugo is a little better now. With Deku looking in and saying, Bakugo saying no. With Blake saying, oh, come on, and does say hi to Ochako. Ochako saying, oh, hi. With them doing the whole girl hi thing. Now, sorry, females. Please don't kill me in my sleep. Now, Deku would have looked at Bakugo. Bakugo would have looked at Deku. Him asking Deku to please go outside. Deku obliging and saying what? Now, obviously, Deku would have not worn his Vigilante outfit looking like this. But Vigilante outfit, soon to be hero outfit, because I don't want to find another picture. And this picture already looks dope as fuck. So, yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have, talked with Bakugo, and realizing Bakugo ain't a piece of shit anymore. So their friendship has not grown, or has gone a little better, where Bakugo does get Deku's, phone number, and yeah. While Chaco gets Blake's phone number. And yeah. But obviously through Deku getting, gets obviously Chaco's number, and Blake does get Baku's number, and such and four with the other side. So yeah. With them realizing this is kind of like a double date, with them chuckling. Then they go out for I'll just say they go out to a movie, them watching the movie. What would that movie be? John Wick 3. Whatever. With Layla looking at the things and realizing it's actually very well done and very skillful. Deku looking at it the same way, and Baku and Uraka asking how would you know that? Them saying they've been training and with tactical equipment, and yeah, Deku saying that he's actually can't keep a secret Bakugo. Him saying, oh sure what? Him saying that he's the red light and she's Deadshot. The child was saying, wait, you're them saying yes, and please keep it on the down low. With Bakugo saying, I'm gonna talk to him later in his head. And yeah, movie goes by. Bakugo and Ochaku question him quite a bit, with them getting a whole explanation of vampires. Evil vampires want to kill the world, suck all our blood. Yeah, nope. They are automatically, well, yeah. Also, it does persuade them more because, well, Layla does tell them that the government also does this. So they think if the government's doing this, it's fine. Because if the government's doing this, it's totally legal. Yeah. Though, so still a secret organization. Now, obviously, they would ask to want to help Deku, and her saying no, and it's fine. They have it. And oh boy, they have it. The vampires are shitting in their pants whenever they do see those two. Yeah. And well, Deku would have, been, you could say, the next passing days, which would have been finally the 10-month period of training. Now, I would say, Deku is not going to get one for all. Yeah, he's not going to get one for all. And yeah, now, obviously, Buck, you know what? I don't know who to give it to. We'll decide that in the next video. Maybe it'll be Mirio. Or maybe just a different pro hero. I don't know. I need lots of things. I need skitters. And whatever. And now, let's go. Back to the story. I'm getting, kind of mixing my stuff up. So, sorry. Now, obviously, Deku and her would be training. Deku working on his whole slashing and swordsmanship. Him practicing his whole, slice ability, or his slice trick. Now, if you don't know what that means, in the Demon Slayer, how Tanjiro kind of cut a big rock in half. It's basically that with different objects like metal and wood and different things. Him mastering that because, it's more one of those things that you have to do it over and over and over again. You don't just, finish your whole training with your sensei and then you perfectly get everything. No, he has to practice his own things. Now, yeah. And, the whole UA does happen. Now, Deku and Blake would have been beside Ochaku and Bakugo. Deku and him starting up a conversation. Though when the whole press mic thing does come in, he does go, okay, let's shut up and let's listen. But in a more nicer tone to Bakugo, because he doesn't want to hear, what did you say to me, you damn nerd? And yeah. But Deku would not be talking and everything like that, but Ochaku and Blake would still be talking. With Bakugo and Deku don't really care because, it's their girlfriends then. Obviously they can't say anything. Now, but Ida would say that those two girls should stop talking and listen. You are distracting other students that are trying to go to UA. If you're not here to become heroes, you should leave. And Deku and Bakugo would stand up like good boyfriends and say, shut the fuck up. What's wrong with talking? Him saying that's disrespectful to the teachers. Deku was sighing and saying, so you've never heard other students talk in your class? Him saying yes, and Deku saying, so have you done anything about it? Him saying sometimes. Deku saying, so what makes this time so special? Him saying this is a prestige school. Deku saying, yeah. You always say you've been saying, you just said that. What's the reason? Do you have a particular reason with those two? There's a manual with all this information. Four of us read it. So I don't see why this is such, or at least all of us, mostly everyone has read it. And everyone in that room did read it for plot. With a big, yeah, shut up and go sit down. Press Mike using his quirk in a very slight way to raise his voice, saying that that's enough, and yeah. Now, the whole written test would have gone by fairly easily because, they're 22, and, they're quite smart for 22-year-olds. Deku probably, the second smartest, with Blake being the first smartest, and then Chaco and then Bakugo. Sorry, Bakugo, but you're still that Pomeranian, arrogant piece of shit sometimes. But study-wise, Ochako always gets him to, study. Whether it be in a headlock or willingly. Yeah. Or just using her thigh crusher. Whatever. And Deku would have, he heard the whole speech again, or hearing basically what he read in the whole manual, or the brochure, or how he would like to put it. Deku coming out and yeah, with Ida being the whole douchebag at the moment he is until later in the series because he kind of was a douchebag at this part, saying that why did he make him so disrespectful, and he's saying he's a Tenya Eden. Deku saying and so what makes you special, Tenya? Does your Tenya name mean anything? Him saying yes, we are a long line of family heroes. Deku saying oh really? So does that mean you can do whatever you want? Him saying no. Then Deku saying then why the hell are you talking to me? With a chuckling Bakugo in the background. Now, obviously, Deku would have his sword as sheathed, with a curious person saying that, with Prismatic asking what's with the sword. And Deku saying that he's, actually quirkless, and him saying that he wants to become a hero. Prismatic not being the actual hatred for quirkless people, saying, alright, and good luck, kid. And yeah, no one really hates quirkless people at UA. Maybe a select few maybe a select few just dislike them, or dislike people without quirks, but what can you do? You can't change everyone's mind. But obviously students would think that is squeak. Oh, Deku, and the whole test would have proven this sorely wrong. Now what did he do? He literally cut 0-pointers in half with his sharp-edged sword. President Mike thinking, wait, did he lie to me? Saying that out loud. With another samurai user in that school, aka teacher, that doesn't relate to saying no. He's using technique, saying that it's a very advanced and tricky move to learn, but it looks like he learned it. Aizawa saying, what do you mean? Him saying that it's called slice. It's being able to cut anything in half. You first start out with plastic, goes to wood, stone, and then metal, saying he probably learned to cut metal over the 10-month break that they did get. And he was correct. Now, what should I name this character? Because I might add them in later. George. Yeah, George. George the Samurai. Not bad. I've had worse. Now, Deku would obviously start to get points, with Layla being right beside him and them being a take team, with Nezu taking a note to that. And, the sword does look fairly familiar with the sheath. Him looking at it, Aizawa saying, you think they're... Deku saying, or Aizawa saying, obviously, saying it's actually them, and he can always remember that their faces, and they do look the same. Because over the time, Layla or Blake didn't need to, put that whole get-up on, because it's kind of too tiring, though she did for school, so no one really found out. But yeah. But he realized that's those two, and Nezu's smiling, saying, oh, good. They're going to be heroes. With, obviously, All Might not questioning them being heroes, because, he's also killed vampires. Basically, everyone in UA has killed vampires that are teachers. And a select higher-up students are learning to kill vampires, who Nedre, Mario, and the cured with that weird quirk, what was it? Like, to eat something and then you can turn your body parts into that. And it actually works with quirks. Alright. Anyways, let's continue. Now, obviously, Deku would have, been easier to... them being tag team and getting at least 50 points each, totaling up to 100. Now, Nezu would have obviously taken them in, even if they weren't able to get in. Why? While they were working together, in perfect conjunction. So, yeah, there was no flaws in their tactics of being teamed up. Now, with no teachers really questioning it, because it's very good teamwork. And they realized that Quirkless Kid is very badass with a sword. Even Aizawa does admit that, saying he did almost cut his arm off once. And Nezu just kind of says, oh, really? Him saying yes, if it wasn't for my scarf. With Nezu saying, oh, that's why you had so many damaged scarves or cut up scarves. Deku, or Aizawa saying yep, and yeah. Now they would obviously leave and go to a train and train back to their apartment. They do live together with actually them finding out that Chaco and Bakugo live in the same apartment. What a plot twist. But Bakugo and Chaco says they just move in. More plots. And yeah. Them saying cool, and they do ask to come over, or Deku does offer to let them come over and watch a movie with them. Blake not really cool, wanting to see her best friend again, does say obviously accept Bakugo wanting to see Deku. Now, over this still time, over this time, they have been getting a little better and better and better. So they are best friends, and Deku and Bakugo now. But Bakugo still thinks him as a, rival. So he still makes those comments here and there, but very easily getting silenced by Ochako. Yes, those headlocks and thigh crushers are very, potent on, Bakugo. And actually I should rephrase that, not saying potent, but very convincing on Bakugo. So yeah, now if you will all excuse me, I need a drink of water, which I right beside me. Fresh water, lovely. Now where was I? Obviously they're at their own little dorms. They didn't move into. Now Bakugo and Ochako won't be going to the dorms in UA. Why? Because they've already been in there. And why are they already been there? It's a college. Colleges already has dorms. So yeah. And yeah. And if it's not because of that, I'll just say they had a little villain attack on some students, so they wanted to protect the students, and yeah. And Deku and them saying no, and because they did have villains at their apartment, and who was the heroes, or it was Principal Nezu, Aizawa. Aizawa is walking around saying, "So, this is where you two lived." And with him saying, "What do you mean?" And with Blake saying, "Damn it," and him opening a door with a sword falling. Him saying, "Ah, shit," and saying, "So, Black Light, Deadshot. Lovely to see you two again." Deku saying, "Feelings mutual." Aizawa. Him saying, "Alright, look, you guys are going to be able to join UA, just don't go out killing vampires more. Or if you do, tell us before you do, so we can at least try to protect you from the whole, society." And them saying, "Alright, fine." Saying that they'll be doing it every single night. Or every single weekend. With a sign saying, "Alright, fine. That's better than the weekdays. Seeing they do have school on those days. You're at least responsible enough." And yeah. Now, obviously, they would gotten uniforms ready. Because whenever Nezu and Aizawa do go to each people's class or dorms, they do get to hand them their uniforms. So yeah, with everyone in class, I'll just say everyone looks the same. Bakugo, but look more smooth and with more sleekness and not as many wrinkles in his suit. Why Ochako? With I'll just say Blake does wear a. I'll just say she wears the uniform just with pants instead of a skirt. No offense to people that wear skirts, aka girls. Or trans boys or anything like that. No offense to anyone, I should say. And yeah. Now, Deku would have worn his, being the main character, he must wear the most strippest. Now, I should explain this. So yeah. Now, I do. So yeah, now Deku would have obviously worn the white shirt with a green tie and green shoes. I'm not caring for the red. Yeah, nope. Or no, he does put he puts not polka dot, a chessboard tie design on it. Literally, how you've seen this picture on his little sheath, how it's that green and black. Think of red and black. So yeah. With, shirt thing on, you look so handsome. Him saying thank you, but putting the jacket on his back or putting his jacket in his bag, folded up, and goes off. Him putting a helmet on, as well as Blake. Safety first. Them getting on Deku's bike, and rides off. Now this bike was given a new seat that Deku did buy from, I'll just say Amazon. Whatever. Deku bought another seat off of Amazon, which you can kind of attach to this bike. Seeing it as a one-seater, then you can make it an attachment to a two-seater. Now Blake would be holding on to Deku on his stomach, and yeah, them going off. With Blake being in charge of the backpacks, while Deku does ride or drive, you could say, his bike. Them getting there with a big room room, and then it going room. Now, honestly, Nezu hearing that bike and Shoto knowing what that bike sounds like, him thinking in his head, just like, huh. Now, but they would be fashionably late, obviously. Them getting in, saying, sorry, we're late. Him saying, fine, and it was easy to say it was actually pretty easy to say when you got here. Deku saying, yes, I totally did not rev that bike for no apparent reason. With Bakugo smirking, saying, oh, you always are show-off, damn Deku. Deku saying, you know me too well. The dead staring at each other, and the class test get a little tense. But it goes right back to its normal self. With everyone getting up and saying, hello, I am Ochako Uraka, Bakugo Katsuki, Iretanya, and telling them about themselves. And yeah, Deku finally getting up and says, hello everyone, I am Izuku Midoriya. My father's a douchebag. My mother has died of cancer when I was younger. And I've been, with my girlfriend for the past 2 years. And with her blushing and, yeah, everyone's like, ship. Or at least, not Menma. Mia, let's say that. Yeah, and just saying that, and he's also quirkless, and just uses but it's a samurai. And him obviously having a samurai sword, because a samurai always takes his sword around. Though, yeah, but Nezu did allow it because safety. Because they technically do not live at UA. With everyone looking at the sword and saying, oh, that's true, you do have that samurai sword. With Ida saying, why you shouldn't be here, you're quirkless. UA is a prestigious high school. Deku saying, oh, really? How many points did you get? Him saying, 60 points. Deku saying, I got 50, but me and my girlfriend were, being a team and you doing what heroes are supposed to do. Help people. There was him saying that there was actually another part of the whole test. Saying that it was a secret part, but there are also hero points saying, if you really think that, there's just villain points, you're sadly mistaken. We don't just take down, villains. We save people. It's what heroes do. Yes, we do take down villains, which is a very big thing. But it does Also, you have to save people. And as I was just saying, favorite child material. With him also thinking Bakugo, problem child material. So yeah, him saying put these on. And Deck would have proceed to go down. Now, being the person he is, he puts on his suit. With Kirishima asking, or saying that's so cool, so manly, what is it? Deck was saying it's a enhancement. It's a equipment that enhances his physical strength by a little bit. But he's also worked out, so he's not, though he's still buff, yes, but he's more lean than buff. So yeah, him saying that's so cool, and yeah. And I'll just say instead of the red, it's kind of like a green. With, I'll just say dragon symbol for the symbol that's there. So yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have come out with it being more prominent if everyone could see it. Because, I'll just say in the front piece, there is a little metal piece that is slightly green accents around it. With someone asking, what is that? Deku saying it's support. It's a support. It's a support item he made that enhances his physical body with machines. Him lifting off a fairly heavy object, but, having less... it's still heavy, yes, but it's not as heavy as you might think with the whole enhancement thing. And yeah. And them looking at Blake and saying, if you have one. Her saying, no, and it's too heavy. Deku saying, I tried to make her one, but she declined, and yeah. Her saying, it's too big. And him saying, no, it isn't. This is a very compact version. They're saying, no, it's big. And yeah, whatever. And they act like, I'll just say, well, Bakugo's, or, you know what, most giggling. With them asking, what do you mean? Why giggling? Her saying, you act like a married couple. And, well, Blake does say Hinata. What do I mean by Hinata? Hinata's famous for her faints. So, fainted. Her waking up 5 minutes later by getting splashed in the face by by Aizawa. Her saying, "Why did you do that?" Him saying that you weren't getting up and you needed something to wake you up. So I kind of just threw water on you. Her saying, "Whatever," and does take the water out of her hair, or as much as she can. Deku saying he'll fix it later. Her saying, "Thanks, babe," proceeding to kiss him on the cheek, but giving Aizawa a dead eye. Him thinking, oh god, maybe I should rethink my problem, child. And yeah, now, well, Deku would have gone pretty far in the whole test, but nothing too good, nothing too bad. Blake doing fairly good with her bow test, getting around, I'd say, 100 meters with her bow, seeing it as a combat bow. And Deku would have gone about 150 with his whole boost. He can get around 75 just with his physical strength, but it gives him another 75 towards him being his physical strength. Now, I'd say with his own physical body, he can be at around 3% of, Deku's strength, or All Might's, weak form, or present strength, aka when he is injured. Now, at least 5% or 3% of that with his own physical body. Now, obviously, but with Deku, with the whole enhancement thing, I'd say it boosts him up to around 8%, so it gives another 5%. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So, Deku, sorry, everyone. Yeah, they would always go out with Bakugo and Ochako instead of Ida. So Bakugo's kind of replacing, Ida. They do go off on the train. Now Ida would have felt bad because, Deku might have not been, first place, but he was, better than the average people. Because Ida thought he was going to be dead last, so then he could just get expelled. Because, as I was still said that the whole, if you don't, pass this test, you're all getting expelled. Or the last person that does fail this test does get expelled. So, yeah. But, obviously, not being true, and yeah, you survive one more day. But I suggest you watch your back. I might just kill you. And another what if. But, whatever. Now, obviously, Deku would have been, you could say, would have gone home and them just chilling like what Mo would have stated, like a married couple. Which would have led to, being more embarrassing, or Blake being more embarrassing. And Deku does ask why. Her saying what Momo did say, and him laughing, saying, oh, really? Going up to her face, saying, do we really act like a couple? Her being in a pouty voice, saying, yeah. Or in a, stuttering voice, saying, yeah. What about it? Deku saying, you know what couples, married couples do, right? Her on their married day, her realizing what her mother told her once. And I should explain her family. Her mother is alive but does own a business in another country, while her father did pass away from vampires. So yeah. And her blushing and Deku proceeding to take her towards their room. Now, for all you perverted people, fuck you, you're not getting anything. The day I say inappropriate things or explain that scene is the day I die. So screw all you who want to see inappropriate things. You're not saying a 15-year-old say inappropriate things on my channel. So, deal with it. And if I do lose followers from that, or subscribers, I should say, Whatever. Screw it. Yeah, whatever. And yeah. And, well, Deku would have been at least trying to be in the whole, well, nah, Deku's not as good as the other series, I'll just say that. He faints when, well, Blake faints. So they do wake up slightly, not late, kind of early. So they do start the day early and will go out. Now, now they would have gone to, well, the whole day of All Might. And Aizawa explained that they're getting a new teacher, and yeah. Now, obviously, it would have been All Might, which All Might is kind of saying, I'm coming in like a hero. Sorry for that rank, it's my watch. It does that every single hour. Now, well, he would have pointed attention to saying, hello. Hello, Zuku. Hello, Zuko Midoriya. Hello, Blake. What's her name? Tempest. Them looking at Blake saying, wait, isn't that... They're saying, yep, I could be a descendant from Dracula. With Kirishima saying, wait, do you have fangs? Her getting up and going towards him. And kicking him. And him saying, no, don't kill me. With, obviously, All Might knowing that she ain't no vampire, just chuckles in his head. Just like, yes. And scares the living shit out of Kirishima. Kirishima hardening his body and her laughing her ass off with the entire class. Because that was funny as hell. Him saying that's not funny. Them saying, oh no, it is. It's very funny. So, yeah. Now, well, they would get it together. Now, Blake would have obviously put our Vigilante outfit on that you've all seen, with Deku putting his outfit on that looks like this. Them seeing the actual sword now that ain't sheathed. Or at least not yet sheathed. That is still sheathed, but So, yeah. Now, Deku would be looking with all the drip. Kirishima saying, oh, you look so cool, dude. Yeah, commenting saying, yeah, you got all the drip. And Deku saying, I know, right? And that's, well, yeah. Now, this would be still the whole thing. Now, I would say, who would be placing... Oh, yeah, I forgot to say this. Who would be replacing Blake? I'll just say it's the Sugar Rush guy. Who is that? The guy that can, well, use sugar towards his body that enhances it, to be honest. So, yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have, well, Blake would have been put into his spot. And her winning that round. Now, it would be, well, why? Because, well, I do believe that Shoto would be on that team. And, well, iceberg attack. Yeah. And the whole scene of, well, All Might telling or scolding Todoroki about his whole actions and Todoroki not caring. And yeah, now obviously Deku had been his turn against Bakugo and Ida. With, well, Bakugo knowing some of Deku's strength and knowing he's very skilled with the sword. Him actually formulating a plan, which would have been an actual plan. Bakugo would have waited there and used, and well, cleared out the room so Chaco can't do anything. No, that wouldn't be smart. Because Baku's explosions. Baku would actually go off and protect the outside of the walls, while Deku and, well, Ida would protect the bomb directly. Which would then let Ida to move all the stuff out of the room, or at least move it away, so Ichigo can't use it. Now, obviously, Deku would have, well, dodged when they do get up to Baku's position, because Baku went about 2 floors down, and it is a 5-tall building. Deku saying he'll take Bakugo and saying go to Ida. Her saying okay. And proceeding to say, bye babe. With everyone thinking, ship. Another ship. Yeah. Mineta saying, oh come on, why does everyone have a girlfriend except for me? And even All Might looks at him. Like he's like, shut the fuck up. You don't deserve one. And yeah. And well, he kinda doesn't. Whatever. Which Deku and I was gonna say Kakashi. Deku and, well, Katsuki would have been actually brawling, you could say. Deku using his swords to try to cut, well, Bakugo's gauntlet off. Like a trick he did learn from a, well, not pro hero, from another vigilante he did talk to one time. That also kills, well, vampires. So Deku does get his blade inside Bakugo's gauntlets behind him. Him saying, "What the?" Deku putting his blade into a upper form, cutting Bakugo's and slightly cutting Baku's arm and being useless at the moment. And the whole thing does explode. Deku not being hit by it because he was on the opposite area where Deku did cut. Bakugo bursting to be a Beyblade for a second. Him spinning around at least 3 times and him going, what the hell? Deku putting towards his. And, well, Baku is dizzy. He does tie a white ribbon on his face, saying that he wins. Him saying, I don't know what the hell. And falls. Obviously, Recover Girl would have been called, or at least Deku would have left him there and says that when he's not dizzy, throwing him a, first aid kit. Use that. Him saying thanks, but still very dizzy. With, Ochako still being the whole improvised baseball and bat, but failing. Now Deku would have, gone to the fray and almost get hit by one. But Deku would have gone to a very high skilled, a very high skilled position and cut that too. Everyone thinking Deku was even more badass. Even Shoto, because even he can't do that, and yeah. Now, also, this is going to be a cool what if to do. I'm actually glad I chose this. Cool. And yeah, now, obviously, Ida would have not survived for much longer, seeing it's 2-on-1. Him getting his slight cuts on his legs by Deku. And, yeah. Even getting one of his, thrusts, his legs exhaust coming out. Though him asking his brother before this, so he already knows that they regrow. Honestly, he already knows it regrows. He just needs to find out that it will